Welcome back to Creepy Crawler's Garage and another daily update. We're finally going to get the update we've all been waiting for on the Grinch project, plus updates on a few other projects. Let's go ahead and head in the garage. Don't go anywhere. So it's been a while since we've had the Grinch project in front of the camera, so I wanted to give just a quick rundown to anybody that's new to the channel, any new viewers, what exactly the Grinch project is. And simply put, it's an SCX-102 chassis with a mid-90s toy-grade Gremlin body on it. Now, we've done a lot of work to this Gremlin body, and of course, you can check all that out in previous daily updates and some of the previous videos on the channel. But just to give you a quick overview of what we've done, basically, we've cut and hinged the hood and added a hood scoop because there's a 3D printed motor under here. So we need a hood scoop to clear that motor. We've done the same with cutting and hinging the doors. And then the big project we did is we actually had to move the fender wells or the fender cutouts. Basically, we had to move the front fender cutouts forward and the back fender cutouts back. So we moved them and then built back in the body. That was to allow this body to fit on the SCX-102 chassis wheelbase without adjusting the wheelbase. So that's basically a rundown of what we've done with this vehicle so far. And the last thing we were working on was building out the door jambs and the body of the door, because this is where we put in some magnets. There's a magnet behind here, and there's a magnet behind the rear door jamb, so that when we shut the door stays shut. So now they're magnetically held. It's definitely not magic. They're magnetically held shut. So anyways, that's kind of what we were going to do, or that's what the update is for today with the hood. So let me go ahead and flip it forward here and we'll take a look. So you can see now we've got magnets holding the hood closed. Let me flip it around and I'll open the hood and you can take a look. So what I did was build a radiator support in the front here. And this, of course, is going to play two roles. One, it's going to hold a radiator that's going to go right here to keep going with the scale build out of the underhood area. But also there's a magnet here and a magnet here on the underside. And then there's magnets up here under the hood, and that's what's holding them closed. In fact, let me slide this all to the side. I'll take the body off and flip it upside down. We can take a look at exactly what I'm talking about. So if you look at the underside of that radiator support, you can see those two magnets. And if I pop open the hood, there you can see the corresponding magnets under the hood. So basically what I did is I just glued these magnets in that little bracket basically underneath the hood that mirrored the radiator support, and I glued these first. So once I had those glued in place right where I need them, you can see where I made my marks down there, so I knew right where I needed them to go. And then I could close the hood, and then I just put a little drop of glue on the magnets down below, and then pop them right on to the magnets that are on the underside of the hood. So they self-center themselves, essentially. They put themselves right in the position they need to be, and then, of course, they hold themselves together as the glue dries. So anyways, that's a real simple way of keeping things closed, whether it's a hood or doors, because that's exactly the same process we used on the door. We glued one into the side of the door, and then I just put a little drop of glue on the one that went in the backside of the jamb. When I shut it, pop, they just come right together, and they hold themselves together as the glue dries. It makes it real simple. And as long as you have, say, your hood in position where you want it, when you put those magnets on and let them dry, that's where it's always going to go. So if I just let it go, that's where it's always going to snap closed. It's back to that exact position where I wanted it. So anyways, that's the update for the Grinch build. I still got to cut the other door, which this is all going to be done off camera. I'll cut the other door, build it out like this one over here, and then I'm also going to cut the back hatch. Have to cut this back hatch also, and we'll come back and look at that. But I'm going to do most of this off camera because we've already done it once, so you don't have to watch it again. And then when we come back to the Grinch build at another update, we'll probably be hinging this backside, and that'll have the body done. And then it's a matter of finishing out under the hood. We've got to do some fender wells on a firewall and all the little details under the hood, and then it's building out an interior. Anyways, let me know what you think about the Grinch build down in the comments section. Let me know how it's going. Now, an update on the TRXZ project. I didn't get a whole lot done on it because I was mainly working on the Grinch project, but I did want to bring you guys in because I did start working on some of the accessories we had talked about using in the back cage. So we talked about, or some of you had left comments saying, hey, you know, when you're out in the world, in the apocalyptic world, you might need backup fuel, you might need backup water. So that's what I was using these little belly tankers I had from some old models for. So basically, I just made one that was for water, and one that's for fuel. Actually, it'll go this way for fuel. And those are going to mount back on the back cage. Let me bring it over and we can take a look. So I think I'm going to mount them probably on these down bars, I think, like right in here is my thought. I still have to build out the rest of the cage, so they might end up going somewhere else, but I think this is probably going to be the best location. Of course, you can let me know where you think would be the best location, but I think that's a pretty cool idea just to have these reserve tanks back here in case you run out of fuel or out of water and you're out in the out in that apocalyptic world and you need some. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm also going to add a tap of some sort to it at the end here where you can tap in with a hose or something just to make it look like we welded in I guess you would call it a bung or what, or, you know, some kind of tap that we've welded in there. So you can access the fuel in the water. But I'll do that, and I think we'll add it to this down bar here. Now, I also did some ammo cans. So, I had a comment about adding ammo cans, and I'd actually been thinking about that because, you know, you get these axial ammo cans. So I painted them up. And I'm not sure where we're going to put these yet. I'm thinking maybe we can put them back here on the back trays, or maybe inside the truck with the gunner. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to make sure and get those painted up and have these cans ready that we can use for some extra ammo or for the ammo we're using in the guns. And then the last thing, we all decided we wanted to use this little bomb as a hood ornament. So I went ahead and just painted a little message on it. Hopefully you guys can read that. Basically, it just says, "Hi there." If you know the reference, let me know down in the comment. But yeah, so I just painted "Hi there" on both sides, and then I'll make a little mount for this, and we'll mount it as a hood ornament on the front. Let me go ahead and aim over there. We'll mount it up front here on the hood. I think that was a good idea. But anyways, that's where we're at with the TRXZ project. Let me know what you think about the different accessories we've got going here. I think it'll add some detail. I've got a bunch more I'm gonna be working on also, just to add the little Mad Max style details. We've also got to start painting the body itself. So there's gonna be a bunch of camo that goes on here along with the shop logos and all that. We've got to start working on that along with weathering it and everything. But anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Now, just a real quick update on the Dodge. I finished weathering the top, so this is basically what it's going to look like up top from the sun weathering, as far as the sun weathering goes. I'm planning on to add a little bit more rust around the wheels and around some of these areas on the hood and these kind of spots. Add a little bit more rust, give it a little bit more rust weathering also. And then I'm going to have to give it a coat of matte clear. I would have done that already, but I actually ran out of my matte clear, so I'm going to have to get a new can of it. I'll do that this weekend, so hopefully Monday we should have that done, and we'll actually have the clear coat weathering done also that we had talked about before. Now, what I actually wanted to bring up is I keep calling this the Kyosho Dodge, or just the Dodge project. We need a name for this. We've got names for all other projects, and this we're thinking about, or at least I'm thinking about having this a relatively main character in the series coming up in the CCG 3000 AD series. So we need a name for this. If you guys have any ideas for a good name for the Dodge, let me know down in the comments section. We need to get a name for this, so moving forward, I'm not just calling it the Dodge Project, and we actually have a name moving forward, and then I can probably work out another logo like we have for all the other builds. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments section. Thanks for joining me in the garage for another week of daily updates, and I apologize there weren't as many this week. I was actually spending some time with my wife and with my daughter. We went to the zoo and actually had a pretty good time, but unfortunately it cut into my schedule for daily updates, so there weren't as many this week, but don't worry, next week we'll be back on a normal schedule. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for hitting that like button. You guys do great with hitting the like button. I really appreciate that. Leave me all those comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you want to call the Dodge project. Leave those comments down in the comment section. I really appreciate it. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more in the future. And I appreciate you joining me this week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.